Hello, Crafty Sarah here, working on another book. Thought I would check in with you guys and give you some updates on what I've been working on. So whenever I started posting stuff about anime books, I actually sold 4 books doing that, and people seem to love it. And instead of just making anime books, probably like a smart businesswoman should, I decided to show that other images can go in them, because I don't want to just make animes. Anyway, so this is what I'm working on. I kind of created this image in InShot, the editing app I use, and I created it based off of the book this time, which is random because normally I don't care what book I'm using, but this was just such a pretty book, and it's called Wildflower by Drew Barrymore. I hope she wouldn't hate me for, and she has started. Cute little Ellie the elephant there. And she's so pretty. This flower kind of helped me inspire to come to this. Anyways, I'm hoping she'll end up in some little girl's nursery. And I'm thinking about, like, on the very front of it, actually putting a, pretty spot to put, like, an inscription to whoever it goes to and what little girl gets it. If I'm the one that has to write in it, I think I'm going to let my son write in it. Harley, he has, like, perfect handwriting, so every now and then I get him to write stuff for me. I actually started this a couple days ago. So we live in Colorado and the weather has been so bipolar, and I'm from Missouri, and if I say the weather's bipolar, it's bipolar, because it was like right now it's 70 degrees out. 3 days ago it was 70 degrees out, but 2 days ago it snowed, and I was sick, so I had to stop making it. So this is technically the one that took me the longest so far. And I got sick a 3rd time from the same thing that was going around in my house, which is crazy. Because I'm really good about whenever one person gets sick, we start taking vitamin C. I start Lysoling all the door handles and, and I've had to clean all the touchable things in my house 3 times now, which is crazy. Look at this picture. I'm loving it. What does it say? We gotta see him again. I wonder who she's talking about. She met Adam Sandler when she was in her early 20s. Pretty cool. And then something about Billy Madison. I think that would be the last movie I would want to meet him on, but drunken penguin situation. So right before I did this one, I tried to get a couple books out that were for Nintendo, because we are gaming people here. We are gamers, I guess Nintendo gamers. But Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild are my absolute favorite games for the decade at least. So I did a Breath of the Wild book. And then as soon as I'm done with this book, and then one more, because my little Riley finally wants a book. She's gonna get something from Poppy's Playtime, which is, I don't know, creepy. That's all I know. I mean, I know quite a bit about it. There's a new character that she really wants into a book, and it's like the first time she's actually liked a character from it. It's like a kids horror game. She hasn't played the games, but she watches people play the game. Let me show you my Breath of the Wild book really quick. It's gorgeous. So this book is like top to bottom image. So all I had to do was literally put the strip in next page. And I love it. I don't know if you've ever played this game. Comment if you have. One of my absolute favorite games. And then soon I'm gonna do Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm hoping to sell them as a set, because it would be sad if they got separated. But I'm also kind of hoping that no one wants to buy them, because I want to keep them forever. I'm just joking. I definitely want it bought. Right now we have a jar in our kitchen where we are saving up money for a Nintendo Switch 2. Because during Christmas, we thought, you know what, we're getting older, Riley, we're getting older, and it's time to upgrade from a Nintendo. So we decided to get a PlayStation. And thank God I got a PlayStation 4 used, because turns out Nintendo is the best gaming system ever, and you can't tell me otherwise. And we don't really use the PlayStation. There are a couple games that I'm wanting to play on it, the Resident Evil games. But other than that, there's games on the Switch 2 coming out that I need to play. So it is time for Riley, who is 10, to learn how to save money the good old fashioned way with a mason jar. So So, you know, she has a goal to every single time she gets paid. She puts $5 in the mason jar. We're tracking it. She's counting money. It's, you know, it's good. And, you know, she has a goal. Saving money is good. The first game we are going to be playing on the Nintendo Switch 2 is called Split Fiction. And she brought it to my attention a couple weeks ago because she likes watching people play games. Like, I feel like most kids that are gamers at this point do that. And if you ever played the game It Takes Two, it's by the exact same creators. It Takes Two was more of a, I mean, Riley and I played it together, but it went through like marriage counseling almost, which, you know, good key to marriage is like communication and blah, which works for even just friendships. But this one is even better graphics, and you're following two young women. So we get to both play as a woman, which I appreciate because she always makes me be the guy. And you're storytellers of some sort. And we're gonna be, and one of them tells sci-fi stories and then the other one tells fantasy stories. So you're gonna be flopping back and forth between those stories. And the coolest thing about It Takes Two, if you played it, was that there were just so many mechanics. In every single chapter you got something new. Like one time you got a backpack that had like a nail gun where you shoot the nail into the wall, and the other person had string. So you had to work together to move through the world. You shoot the nail, they use the string to, actually I think it was the back of a hammer, and it's like attached to them, so that you shot the nail, you use the back of the hammer to swing around, and the puzzles, that sort of thing. This one also has that every single chapter you get something new. For example, and this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer, you get to have baby dragons. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have a baby dragon. And yeah. And then the second game, Riley will be playing by herself, and I might not even be watching because she really wants to play Reanimal, and I don't know. When I was younger, I also liked, you know, scary things, but scary is more just like gruesome now than scary. I don't know. But she played through the Little Nightmares, and she liked those. Because Little Nightmare 3 was co-op, I had to play through it with her. I didn't have to, I did. And that game just was not good. It looked good, but it's just like same thing over and over, every single chapter. It was like sneak and hide, run, defeat something, and that's all it was the whole time. Like no puzzles really. If you played Little Nightmares 1 and 2, which I did because there was parts that were so difficult, like Riley needed help, and it would take almost 40 minutes for us to get past it sometimes, then Little Nightmares 3 was not it. Turns out it wasn't made by the same people, and the same people that made Little Nightmares 1 and 2 have made this Reanimal game. So that's another one we're excited about. Anyways, my point is I don't want to just make anime books. I don't want to just make Nintendo books or game books. I would like for people to like hop onto my Etsy shop, which by the way is Crafty Sarah Co. CraftySarahco. Crafty Sarah Co. And I want them to see a variety of things, to include this adorable little elephant, and use their own imagination and tell me what they want made. Other, I guess, genres of books that I want to get into would be, you know, sports is a big thing. I don't really watch sports, but I know there's a lot of fans out there. I don't know if they would like a book like this, but it does seem like a good way to have some kind of memorabilia. So my family, a lot of my family lives in Florida, and they're big, I really hope I say this right, Seminole fans. You know, they do like the chop. Anyways, so I think at some point I'm gonna put that in a book and see how that goes. I don't know if I should do college or NFL, but I guess I'll start with college and then just an NFL. I could probably just pick a random team for NFL because it's going on Etsy, and you know, there's teams everywhere. Maybe I can't just pick a random team. I don't know. But like, I wouldn't even know. Maybe I'll do whoever just went to the Super Bowl. That would be an easy one to do. Or I can look up predictions for next Super Bowl. I'm sure those don't exist because that would be weird if they did. And then movies. I thought about movies. This year is Winnie the Pooh's 100-year anniversary. And I love Winnie the Pooh to fall asleep to. But there's this scene where he He's a little black rain cloud, of course, and if you've seen it, then you know. And I would love to put that in a book. I accidentally cut my page a little. It's okay, no one's gonna see it. Anyways, I'm just letting you know we're doing good here. Colorado's bipolar. The weather's all over the place. We've lived here for about 6 months. I was able to finally find a donut shop. The prettiest donuts. It's called Amy's Donuts. And it's the prettiest donut counter I've ever seen. It's very, I would say, new age. Like, they have cotton candy donuts. They had maple chocolate jalapeno donuts. I wish I could just find a jalapeno dipped in chocolate, but I can't really seem to do that here. Very pretty donut place. And Amy's Donuts. So if you're in Colorado, you gotta check out Amy's Donuts. And they're a great price. They're more affordable than Krispy Kreme, and they're way better. Please don't come after me, Krispy Kreme lovers. And then I found a sushi place. This sushi place that I found is called Sushi AI. And I'm not really sure why it's called AI, because there's not like robots or anything in there. But I haven't had a good spicy tuna roll since I left Germany. And this place has the best spicy tuna roll, which I'm not even like a huge tuna fan. But spicy tuna, you know, you gotta get it. Still looking for a pizza place, still looking for a taco place. We had a taco place and we were in Texas in the Killeen area not too long ago. And there's this taco place called Mission Taco, and they have the best taco pizza pizza I've ever had, and I probably will ever have. And my dad even came to visit, and he's like, that's the best thing ever. Like, it's worth the drive. I'm like, I'm not driving to Texas for the food. But believe me, if I'm within like 2 hours of that place on some kind of trip, I'm driving to get that taco pizza. But here, I just found a breakfast place called Alfonso's. The biggest, fattest, yummiest burrito. And it's the first bit of salsa I've had here that actually has some kind of heat to it. So that's nice. And I don't really have anything else to talk about. And I don't know if watching me do this is just absolutely boring. But for any reason that you've made it this far, I'm gonna keep working on this book, and hopefully I'll have a little bit of it to show you by the end of it. And I'm just gonna time lapse this and let you listen to some music. And I'm gonna listen to some music over here. You'll be listening to something else. I'm gonna be listening to Tenacious D because Peaches. And I don't play video games no more. And Wonder Boy tribute. We won't talk about the other songs. I'm not allowed to play them because I'm downstairs. Well, have a good day, guys. And sorry this video was all over the place. I still have some brain fog from being sick. But hopefully that is over. Okay, bye.
Well, Charlie's Angels. What is her name? I can't even remember her name. I just remember her wearing a swan dress.
Not sure what they do in there. Here we go. See, Never Been Kissed. Like I should highlight it. I think I watch that movie like once a year. Here we go. And let's see a big reveal here. It's not that big. It's the tiniest book I've done so far, actually. And nice fluffy poof. Aww. It's so cute.
I should probably edit that out. Well, you know, initial reactions, no?
The pink isn't exactly the pink on them, but it's okay. I think it's cute, and it's much tinier. So there's that. Let me see. Ellie the elephant. Looking adorable as always.